Has your lack of initiative ever caused you to miss an opportunity? And I don't mean an opportunity of wealth or fame. That's the last thing I want to be talking about here on Transforming the World. But I'm talking about an opportunity to do something significant in the kingdom of God. I've missed opportunities. And I missed them because of lame excuses. I've done it too. I've had all kinds of excuses why not to show initiative. I keep convincing myself that the ministry idea that's bouncing around in my head will never work. I convince myself, nobody else has to. I convince my own self that that ministry idea that apparently came from God, I convince myself it'll never work. And I fear that I've lost opportunities. Have you ever done that? More importantly, a better question to ask is, does God give us another chance to get involved? So let's explore that today on Transforming the World. I'll be right back. I think part of the reason why I struggle with missed opportunities, times when God actually offers me a chance to share the faith, but I don't take the initiative. I think part of the reason why I struggle with that is because I assume that the only chance this person's ever going to get to hear the gospel came from me. The truth is that that's probably not true, but you never know. I mean, don't use that as an excuse. Don't convince yourself, well, if I don't share the gospel, somebody else will. I mean, don't do that, because that's making an excuse not to take the initiative and do anything. Perhaps the best question to ask, at least the best question to ask myself, is this: why don't I take the initiative when God places a ministry opportunity before me? And for myself, I'll just be honest here. I think part of the reason is because I don't want to just plant a seed in someone's heart. I'll confess to you, I expect to plant, water, and harvest in one simple little prayer. In 1 Corinthians, the Apostle Paul reminds us that several people probably play a role in bringing someone to the cross. In 1 Corinthians 3:6, he reminds the people there, he says, I planted and Apollos watered. Today, those who train people in evangelism, they actually remind us that typically a person needs to hear the gospel message 4 times before they're ready to make a decision about Jesus Christ. And your little gospel presentation might be number 2. I need to be reminded, and I don't know where you're at, but for me, I need to be reminded that any ministry opportunity, I will probably only play a minor role. And what I say, or what I do, when I meet somebody, when the Lord places an opportunity in front of me, what I say and what I do contributes to the work. It is not the total sum. And I think that's part of the problem I struggle with, I keep thinking to myself, I've got to be the end all for this person's life so that they accept Jesus Christ, not realizing that what I am doing or what I'm saying, my kind gesture, or my words, or even a call to accept Christ, that's all part of a plan. Some people play it, some people water, and then some people come along and reap a harvest. What about you? Where are you at in all of this? Why do you hesitate to follow the Lord's leading in your life? Do you hesitate to take the initiative and begin talking with others about Jesus? Do you hesitate to follow the Spirit's leading in your life? Do you sometimes feel that the success of that ministry, the total success of that ministry, rests on your shoulders? Maybe you need to learn the lesson I did. One person does their part while others do theirs. We Christians work together with the same purpose. So, When an opportunity to share the gospel, or perhaps even disciple a new believer, presents itself, and you fail to take the initiative, I want you to learn from that mistake. I mean, let's face it, regret can be a great teacher. But also keep in mind that what you do today, when a ministry opportunity presents itself, is one part in a big picture where God is reaching into this person's life. He could be working through you, he could be working through someone else, but together, Paul plants a seed, Apollos waters, and another person comes along and reaps the harvest. So when the next opportunity comes along to take initiative, I want you to take the initiative. I want you to plant a seed. I want you to water the soil, or maybe even harvest the fruit. Just keep in mind that you don't have to do it all. You don't have to do it all. That's part of the, like I said, that's part of the reason, I think part of the reason why I miss opportunities, because I think to myself, I am just not prepared at this moment to do the planting, the harvesting, and the reaping. I just, I don't have time. I'm not prepared, not ready. The truth of the matter is, it doesn't always happen through one person. There are instances when it does, but by and large, for the most part, it's people, Christians, devoted Christians, who take the initiative to speak up or do something or say something or give something that makes a difference in a person's life. You do your part, and another devoted Christian will do theirs. And eventually a soul will hear the gospel and hopefully give their life to Jesus Christ. So we've been talking about initiative this week on Transforming the World. Next week we'll be back. We'll be talking about diligence. And for those of you who have remained faithful this year, going through your disciples' journal, I am very, very impressed with your diligence to stick to this. This is a huge commitment in the life of a Christian to spend 52 weeks examining themselves and learning more about Christian characteristics like initiative. We'll talk to you next week. Have a blessed weekend. My name is Pastor Greg.